Hi guys, I'm Keshav Shastri from the Krakow family. Welcome all. So we are officially in November. CAT is right under our nose. It will be over sooner than we know. So it is high time. It is high time that we get down and do some serious business. This is like the last lap in the race. Now it is time to sprint through. You need to be very aggressive in your preparation and build a strong momentum heading up to CAT. This momentum is going to have a huge impact on your scores. Whatever your scores are, if you are getting X in your marks, if you have a terrific rigor in these last 20 days, you'll get much more than X. So what are the habits that I need to develop? What are the do's and don'ts? That is what we are going to discuss today. The secret to crack CAT is taking a lot of marks. We at Krakow give all the previous year's CAT, XAT and IFT papers in the actual exam format. Also, if you just Google Krakow free CAT mark, you can find 3 free CAT marks in the latest exam pattern. You can take them and get detailed analysis. So what are the do's and don'ts? First one is try to stay clear from obscure topics. You all know this is not the time to start out with fundamentals. We are already past that. Don't pick up new topics and try to master them. This is the time for revision and marks. Try to give as many marks as possible. Speaking about marks, second point is taking marks but not analyzing them. This happens every time. Students go on taking many marks but they don't analyze. There is no point of taking marks if you don't analyze them. As important it is to taking marks, it is equally important that you analyze each one of them. You need to know where you are going wrong, what concepts you have missed, what is the approach that the author is trying to say. So analyze each and every mark. Third one is wasting too much time on a question. This happens every day, all of us do it, but it is very catastrophic. Let's say I am solving a DI, I've been solving for 15 minutes, I don't get the solution, but I take it up on my go. No matter what I'm going to solve it. I take 1 hour, 15 minutes. Very counterproductive, not at all optimal. If you don't get it in 15 minutes, you put your head down, you say I didn't get it, but I'm going to look at the solution and I'm going to move on. Your preparation should be very fast paced. You keep solving and try to get as much as possible in very limited time. Fourth one is don't ignore any section. I'm very good at quant, so I'm not going to prepare much for it, or I'm extremely good at verbal, so I'm not going to analyze any of the verbal marks. Don't fall complacent. If you have a strong suit, try to bank on it. The ideal strategy should be to target 93 in 2 sections and 97, 98 in 1 section. Your overall will be 97, 98. So effectively distribute your time well in each section. What do I mean? When it comes to VRC, read every day. 21 days is left. You can build a natural stamina of reading. Your comprehension speed and reading speed will go up. Similarly, solve DIS and quant every day. Don't do it like today I'll only do DILR, today I'll only do VRC. Try to build a natural momentum heading up to CAT so that you do each section every day and you have very strong momentum going up to CAT. So these are the don'ts. What should I do? First one is taking a lot of marks. This is the time you go crazy about marks, absolutely crazy. Try to target as many as 10 marks every alternative day. Your day in, day out, you are involved in marks. If not 10, at least 5 you got to take. Second one is take marks very religiously and very seriously. Like it's your actual CAT. Don't do like, anyways this is a mark, I'll try to attempt this question and get a hang of it. Don't do that. Take every mark like it's your actual CAT, the last CAT, so that you build a temperament heading up to CAT. You are acquainted to which question to pick, which question to drop on the day of exam. Third one is try to take your marks as much as possible in your exam slot. Say 9 to 12, 2:30 to 5:30, so that you are habituated and on the day of exam your mind is very sharp. Especially if you're a morning slot student, try sleeping early and wake up early. How does this help? In the VRs, our mind is not very active. After you solve 1 RC or 2 RC, bam, you get going. So to avoid that lag at 8 AM, 7 AM, put a habit of reading articles so that on day of exam, your mind is very sharp and it keeps going. Fourth one is avoiding silly mistakes. At this juncture, you cannot afford to make silly mistakes like taking the wrong data from question or missing out a data in question, or the question asks for X and you give the value of Y. You cannot do that. Your silly mistakes are going to cost you a lot. You make one silly mistake, that's 4 marks, you lose 2-3 percentile. So try to fine tune them by taking marks and eliminate all your silly errors. Apart from this, some very important things you need to avoid in November. Let's say you're a foodie, you're a food expert, you love testing new food. Say no to new food, or even for that matter junk food, oily food. Try to stay clear. You don't want to get sick right before CAT. Try as much as possible to avoid alcohol. Also, the elephant in the room is social media, guys. Keep away from social media entirely. WhatsApp, Twitter, Insta, Facebook, kick out everything. Your single point of focus should be preparing for CAT in these last 20 days. Dissociate from your friends, lock yourself up, doesn't matter. Just prepare for these last 20 days. Give your best efforts. You cannot afford to give any room for distractions. You pick up a phone, you check out YouTube, which goes on for 2 hours. No more distractions. Just focus on preparing, and also don't be too casual, guys. I'm not asking you to take stress, but the attitude that jo hoga dekha jayega, it won't work anymore, because jo ho raha hai wo dekha nahi ja raha hai. Unless you realize that there's something wrong, I'm not getting good scores, I need to amplify my preparation, I'm going wrong here, I need to better myself. Unless you realize it, you're not going to put in frantic efforts and make some headroom. So don't be very casual, be more concerned about your scores. And lastly, stop looking for validation. What do I mean by that? Like, especially in November, we'll get anxious, we'll go on various forums, XYZ forums, we'll go, I got 10th, 12th grad, I've got this many scores, what are my chances of getting into this IIM? How much should I score to get this much percentile? It's not going to help. You are your own master. You know very well in your heart that these things are fixed. You can't change that. The only thing that is in your control is CAT score. It is like an impatient kid who is pressing the same button again and again, expecting a different response. It won't happen. Whoever you ask, it is always speculation, and don't involve in scaremongering. How difficult could CAT 2019 be? What could Kozhikode set the paper? Don't waste your time in terms of speculation or fear mongering. You know that all that matters at the end of the day is your CAT. So dissociate yourself from all your family, friends, social media. Your single companion should be CAT. Put your best efforts for CAT. Don't give room for any sort of distractions in these 21 days. Even if your scores are not improving, keep running, and I'm pretty sure you will sail through very well at the end. These 20 days, 21 days, you can make it or break it. You can achieve what you want. So keep running. Don't get disheartened. Work very hard. I'm pretty sure you'll have a very good end result. All the very best, guys. Rock it.